Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good one. Welcome back to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Allow me to share with you, before we get started, one of the many, many reasons why I absolutely love this game.
Right, get the fuck out of here or you'll be inviting trouble.
Anything better to do?
You a news army. I'll snap you like a twig, you whore son.
You can try. I have long fingers.
Yannick, let it be, please.
No fucking chance. I won't let a pig like that gawk at you.
But he wasn't gawking at me.
He bloody was, I saw him.
If you're looking for a fight, bring it on. I'm not afraid of you, and I can look at whoever I want to. I mean, look at her tits, eh?
Come on
no
out,
mood
fucker.
for nonsense.
You swine!
No messing about.
And what exactly is the guard going to do about this?
They had it again. And the same old fuckers. I'll let them wear themselves out. To the stocks break them up.
Doing?
I'll hack your
Son
ass
of a
off.
bitch!
Quiet are things of the past.
Stop beating him!
Nothing whatsoever to do with me. It's just shit that happens in Kuttenberg, whether you're paying attention or not.
What's that noise?
I love this game. So anyway, what exactly are we up to? Nope, can't remember. I'm sorry, I'm shit. I know, we'll talk to Voyta. That's always a good place to start.
Can I still help you with something? Or do you already have everything you need for your opus magnum?
No, a helping hand is always welcome. I need to wrap up all the commissions I've started, and I can't manage it on my own. Lately, I've been painting maybe too much. The last ones were a signboard for the armorer and decorations for the fortress in Shitoki. But I haven't been paid for either yet.
So you want me to go and collect the coin? With a beggar sack in one hand and a hammer to break some bones in the other?
It won't be that wild. I'll take care of the armorer myself. But if you could go to Shitoki instead of me, I'd be very grateful. It's a bit more complicated there.
How so?
The bailiff there promised me a precious stone as payment for the decorations. Lapis lazuli, from which the most beautiful blue under the sun can be made. But then he changed his mind and wanted to pay me in groschen, which I naturally refused. I want that stone.
Yeah, makes sense. Good quality blue paint was very hard to come by.
And are you sure the bailiff actually has this gem? He might just be trying to string you along.
I've seen it. Well, just for a moment. He doesn't trust anyone with something like that and keeps it in his pocket. But he's definitely got it.
Voyta must have done some good work for him, because a piece of lapis lazuli would be extremely valuable at this time period.
And how do you imagine I'll get the gem off the bailiff, if he wouldn't give it to you?
But you, Henry, are a man of many talents, aren't you? You'll think of something. To start with, it wouldn't hurt to just have a word with him.
And you never know, it might accidentally fall out of his pocket.
All right. I'll try to get that gem from the bailiff.
Excellent. Meanwhile, I'll collect payment from the armorer. Thank you, Henry. And if the bailiff happens to kick you out, you could always explain the importance of my work in a different way. There's a coat of arms on my fresco, and beneath it is a painted ribbon. You could add a fine ancestral motto for the lords of Shitoki.
What?
Something like saying they don't pay their debts.
Uh-huh. Now that'll cause him a proper scandal. All right. If I can't come to terms with the bailiff, I'll try that instead.
Voyta, why would you think the bailiff might throw me out? Is there something you're perhaps not telling me? You know, just for a change. But anyway, yeah, blue dyes. Very, very expensive. Because there's not a lot of blue in nature. And a lot of the stuff that we perceive as blue isn't actually blue. It's just, well, it doesn't have any blue pigment in it. It's just the way the light reflects that frequency. Things like butterfly wings, the iridescent blue sheen that you get on those. There's not actually any blue pigment in them. It's just the way the light interacts with the scales. it looks blue even though it actually isn't. Lapis lazuli, which historically was mined in Afghanistan, so you can imagine how far that stone must have travelled to get into the pocket of the bailiff here. Very, very expensive. I think they also used to make blue dye by grinding down the shells of certain types of beetles. Hello, what's going on here?
Told us enough.
Perhaps too much. And that's exactly why I'd rather verify everything myself. It's suspicious.
And have you found out anything?
The builder, Master Fabian, is an experienced craftsman, but I fear there's a lack of resources. And after Lady Anna's death, it's up to us to deal with the construction.
If you ask me, you're worrying unnecessarily, my lady. The fortress is standing, and Master Fabian seemed to be hard at work. There's even a fresco inside with a coat of arms. It's fine work.
I'll have to take a look at that. But I'd rather do so discreetly. Whenever I so much as step into the fortress, the bailiff is always hovering around me. I think he's trying to court me.
Oh, dear. Shall I explain to him how things really stand? That your heart already belongs to someone else?
I'll deal with the bailiff myself. We'd best get going. It's quite late. We'll continue with the inspection tomorrow.
As Madam wishes.
Adela of... Yeah, I'm not even trying to pronounce those names. It sounds like the bailiff is 1, up to no good, and 2, getting ideas above his station. Let's have a little look around, shall we? Oh no, we're okay, we're okay. I'm not actually in a restricted pot. That's the bailiff. But I'm not actually... Oh, that's the master craftsman. Yeah, I'm actually, surprisingly, allowed to be in this place. And this one. That's weird. Normally, you enter a place like this and you're instantly in a restricted area. But not here. I mean, this is kind of my own fault, because I really should have waited till after midnight. It looks like they're all going to bed now. But I got busted as they came out on the way upstairs. But like I said, this is apparently a public area, so it's perfectly fine. I'm not sure if that was intended to be the case, but, well, it is. You know what? I think I'm just going to wait here. Yeah. Actually, 1 hour. They're all on their way to bed. Give them time to get to sleep. Because I'm undoubtedly going to be poking around areas that are not open to the public. I'm okay so far. Actually, that's really kind of surprising, because this is still a public area. I'm not in... Well, I won't be in any trouble if anybody finds me in here. What's this? About Saint... Looks like a law book of some kind. Might get a dose of scholar experience for reading it. I don't see anything particularly relevant about it, though. Okay. There's a chest there with a hard lock on it. What's that? Silver ring, 146 groschen. Don't care. That's the bailiff. Ooh, I wonder if he's got the stone in his pocket. Let's find... Yeah, he does. Okay. Oh, crap. Screwed that up. Okay. Let's do it properly this time. I'll take the stone. I'll take his keys. Help myself to some cash. There we go. Got the stone. Let's have a look in this chest now that I've got his keys. Anything particularly useful or incriminating or valuable? That would be no. There's probably more going on here that could be uncovered that might lead to an interesting side quest. Because there's definitely something going on with the bailiff. Let's have a look around, you never know. Also, I might find something valuable. So there's Lady Adela. What's this? Nothing I can investigate. And is that... Huh. Her ladyship sleeping in the same room as the master craftsman. That's interesting. I'll take his keys. I'll take the ring. Going to be a chest around here. It's usually at the foot of the bed. You know what? Where's my Nighthawk potion? As this is doing my eyes in, I can't imagine what it must be like for you, especially if you're watching this on a mobile device in bright light. What are we looking for? Let's get a torch equipped, since I appear to be out of potions, and hopefully the torch isn't going to give me away. A law book. Another law book. That might be a skill book, actually. It's reasonably valuable, I'll take it. There's the chest. And we have... basically nothing. Huh. I thought there might be more to the story in here, because there's clearly something going on. Let's see if she's got anything on her person. Keys, cash, some mint. It's an odd thing to be carrying around in the pockets of your nightdress, but you know, whatever. There's probably some kind of side quest going on in this place, because I've passed this place a couple of times. The village whose name cannot be pronounced. There is a castle here, and it's having the fortifications improved. And there's clearly something going on here, but it might all be part of some other side quest that I haven't actually come across. Either way, I'm just an honest man about my business, carrying a torch, as you should be when wandering around after dark.
Like people like you.
Thank you.
God be with you.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Not bad. So far.
Time for me to get the hell out of here. I've got the stone. Voyta can make some extremely impressive blue dye with that. Indigo, of course, was the other source of blue dye, the common source of blue dye. It was often cultivated on a large scale just for making blue dye because of the amount of profit it could earn. There was another, what was it? It was a mineral, I think they called it azurite. Basically, if you had a copper deposit that was open and exposed to the air, so it oxidized, you could get a mineral called azurite out of it, and if you ground that down, that would also make blue dye. But anyway, we've got the lapis lazuli. It's not particularly expensive or valuable today. It's fairly common as gems go. But in this time period, extremely precious.
The delicious Kuttenberg wine.
I'll bet your Voyta's going to be happy. And then we'll find out what else he needs us to do. Was he still... Wait. Why can't... Seriously? Voyta, get your lazy arse out of bed. Oh wait, there it is. I was... funnily enough, it was me being crap, not Voyta.
I managed to get that gemstone from the bailiff. Here you are.
What? Oh, glad to hear it. How did you pull that off?
An artist should keep his secrets, right?
He should. At least while he still can.
Is something the matter? You seem a bit off.
What? Me? Oh, no. And thank you, Henry. I did manage to sort something out with the armorer, though only halfway. He had no groschen, so he paid me with a cuirass. I've already sketched it, in case I ever paint a knight, but otherwise it's no use to me. You know, take it for all your effort.
Wow. Thank you.
But now, back to work. Quickly before... Oh dear.
Before what?
How's that grand piece of yours coming along?
How? I'm not sure. Sometimes it feels like... No, No, that's Henry.
Yeah, of course I'm Henry. Are you sure you're all right?
Be quiet.
Oh shit, is he having an episode?
What's happening? You look just as absent-minded as when you were painting at that Velez shrine.
Yeah. I'm painting, aren't I?
What the... Voyta, hey! Do you even see me?
What? Oh, sorry. Do you think we could have a talk? It's important. Actually, it's something I've never told anyone about.
Go on then. What's the matter?
The thing is... Damn! How do I start? You already know I'm still troubled to this day by what happened to Voyta. But there's one thing I haven't told you yet. Remember how I told you at Velez's shrine that the place spoke to me? And that in my head, I keep hearing Burkhard must die? Well, I meant that more seriously than you might think.
Yeah, I kind of figured that one out.
I know how I must sound saying all this, but sometimes I really feel as though someone's talking to me, whispering and telling me what to paint. And other times, it's screaming so loud, it bursts my ears. I'm not sure how to explain it better, any more than I could tell a blind person what the color green looks like. But lately, ever since I heard Burkhard was in the Trotsky region, well, I'm just scared. Scared stiff of that endless shrieking, tearing my mind apart.
Any medical professionals out there who can actually diagnose these symptoms?
Can nothing be done about it?
I was hoping that now Burkhard's dead, it would all just go away. But no, that damn screaming is only getting louder and louder.
Because to me this sounds like schizophrenia, but I'm no expert.
Couldn't it all be something like a sign from God? Plenty of people have heard voices, haven't they? The Lord spoke to Moses through a burning bush. And what about Abraham? God spoke to him too.
You're right there, friend. But my voice sounds different. We all know stories of people the Lord spoke to. But I'm afraid it's someone else who's speaking to me. Someone from down below.
A fair assumption for someone in his position to make.
And could I help you with that in some way?
Maybe you could. At least for a while. I once told a herbalist I was having nightmares, and he brewed me a vile concoction. When I drink it regularly, and say an Our Father at the same time, it helps me quite a bit. Only now I've run out, and I've neither the time nor the energy to brew more. I thought I had enough left to finish the painting, and then it wouldn't be needed. But I miscalculated.
I'm a bit of a herbalist, actually. I might be able to do something here.
Wouldn't you rather I brew you something I already know how to make? Maybe a decoction of lemon balm and oregano. Used in the right proportions, it can calm a person nicely. And if I add nettles, you'll also sleep better.
I bow to your knowledge, but I'm afraid ordinary herbs aren't enough for my troubles.
It's curious the way he pronounced herbs.
So I can run off and get your medicine from the herbalist, right?
He could be anywhere by now. He wasn't the most honest man. That's why I didn't just buy the concoction from him back then, but the recipe as well.
Couldn't you take it to some apothecary and have a new batch brewed?
Not in these parts. I spent years building a good reputation here. I don't want folk knowing about this. Understand, my problem isn't a sore leg. I can't keep going to any random sawbones.
All right. I'll brew that remedy of yours. Or at least have a go.
Don't worry. The hardest part is finding all the ingredients. Getting mandrake roots and a river pearl was always a struggle for me. And I don't have the strength for it now. But luckily, You only need one of each. Then you add 2 handfuls of ordinary sage, boil it in some vinegary wine, and it's done.
Mandrake? What's that?
It's a very strange root. It looks quite like a tiny, chubby man, but it's no laughing matter. It mostly grows in graveyards. Try asking the local gravedigger about it. His name's František.
I think I know him, actually.
What about the River Pearl? Don't tell me you expect me to pinch some wealthy townswoman's necklace.
I wouldn't advise that. Often they're fake. Better go straight to the source. Pearl mussels. They're a kind of clam. There used to be plenty of them in a spot in the stream above Denmark. If you set out from Kuttenberg going south along the stream, you'll come across it. You'll recognize it because there are trees growing in the middle of the stream. But be careful. Pearls are valuable, and that place isn't exactly a secret. There's a good chance you won't be the only one hunting there.
All right. I think I'm good.
Mandrake, a River Pearl, and sage? That's pretty wild. What is that concoction actually supposed to do?
I was amazed back then too, but that herbalist told me mandrake against evil forces, pearl for a clear head, sage for enduring health. I still don't understand a thing about it, but it worked, so I stopped bothering about it.
All right, I'll manage somehow. Try to get some rest while I fetch that mandrake brew for you.
Henry, I don't even deserve you. Thank you.
So, the principal ingredient in... Oh, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, the principal ingredient in this brew that we're making for him is mandrake. So you've probably heard of it. It's actually toxic. It's a plant from I think the nightshade family, which are generally toxic herbs. Although used in small amounts, it was often used in folk remedies. And it appears that Warhorse have actually done their homework here, because it contains a sort of hallucinogenic alkaloid, which might actually be effective in dealing with psychosis brought on by schizophrenia. So this folk remedy might actually help. I am once again impressed by the depth of research that this game development studio have gone to. I mean, they could have just had you go out gathering any old shit, and it wouldn't really have mattered, but they have actually put their homework in. Speaking of going out and gathering any old herbs, it was curious the way Voyta pronounced the word herb, because he pronounced it the American way without the H at the beginning. I always thought that was weird when I first heard it, watching cooking videos on YouTube with American cooks, guys like Binging with Babish and Joshua Weissman and so on and so on. And they would never pronounce the H at the beginning of the word herb. It's an herb, which I always thought was weird, but then if you actually stop to think about it, there's a lot of words in the English language that start with the letter H, but you don't actually pronounce it. I mean, it's not Medal of Honor, is it? It's Medal of Honor. You don't pronounce the H, so I guess when you stop to think about it, maybe it's just not that weird.
God is punishing us for our sins.
I've come to ask a favour. I'm after some mandrake root.
Now this is quite a coincidence. You came along at just the right time for me, but not to smack me round the head this time. I need to teach a few people a proper lesson. If you help me, we can talk about that mandrake of yours. What do you say?
Sounds fair.
All right, out with it. What do you need help with?
There's a gang of thieving scoundrels skulking around here. They keep breaking into the mortuary, and I'm afraid they'll soon start disturbing the departed underground as well. And they're not even after valuables like normal thieves. These filthy swine cut off ears, yank out teeth, shear off hair, and once they even... No, I won't say that out loud.
Yeah, best you don't. I can probably guess.
Don't tell me you can't sort them out on your own.
Maybe I could, but I like a fair fight. 3 against 1 is just too risky.
And how am I supposed to help?
How? We'll punch their faces in together, so next time they'll think twice about disturbing my dearly departed. I'm not about to bother the town guard with this, am I?
I see. And do you know where these thieves are?
No, but that doesn't matter. They come night after night, so if we lie in wait, they'll definitely show up.
All right then. We'll deal with your thieves. But I want the mandrake afterward. Got it?
If we pull it off, you'll get all the mandrake you can carry. Now come on, let's warm up a bit and wait for those wretches.
We have actually met this guy before, most recently when we were investigating the Kuttenberg serial killer, but we first met him when we were doing the Fight Club side quest. He was the end boss. I can guarantee you this guy knows his way around a fist fight.
Let's go, lads. He can't be here now. Are you sure? We've been here several times already. Of course. What would that old codger be doing here so late?
Cheeky bugger. Get ready, Henry. Just you wait! This old codger will give you a hiding now! You swine!
So it's fisticuffs then. Unarmed combat, it's all about working up combos and keeping your opponent off guard. He was actually remarkably tough.
Do it! Mercy! Spare me.
Alright, we're good. Bit dark. Yeah, I really do need to make some more nightshade potions. Nightshade? The things that let you see in the dark. I can't even remember what they're called now.
We gave them a good thrashing. That was something.
I'd say so. They won't be showing their faces again here anytime soon. Here, take this key to the chest where I keep the mandrake root. You've earned it. You'll find it in my cottage larder. It's right behind the mortuary, but the entrance is on the next street over. Farewell.
Alright. Yeah, mandrake. Poisonous root from the nightshade family. Although, used in small portions, can actually be quite beneficial and has been used as a folk remedy since time immemorial. Contains a hallucinogenic toxin. The reason they call it mandrake is because of the root. It's got a very curious shaped root that often looks like a man, hence mandrake. I don't recommend you go digging it up and testing it for yourself. Like I said, it is poisonous. There it is. I haven't checked the recipe. I don't know how much I'm going to need, but I'll take all 5. I don't think you can actually... Oh, shit, wrong way. Don't think you can actually find mandrake as a game herb out in the world. This is the first I've heard of it. Oh, there he is. There are other members of the Nightshade family. Belladonna, for example, which you can pick. You usually find it in forest clearings. If you're never sure about exactly where to find a herb, you can always check the codex. Look up the herb and it'll tell you where it's found. I've spent quite some time looking for belladonna in the past because it's quite a useful herb, and it's one of the more difficult to come across. Anyway, a river pearl. These are a real thing as well. Freshwater mussels. The pearls don't have any medical value that I'm aware of. They're just really, really fancy. Because unlike regular pearls, they're not just white, although you can get a sort of iridescent sheen on a regular pearl. But river pearls come in a huge variety of colours. They're basically just used for fancy jewellery. Hello, what's going on here? Is this a bandit camp? They don't appear to be happy to see me.
Clear off!
Well, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. Well, just stand there and let me load this crossbow.
Get out of here!
I think I've upset them. Oh, he's loading his own crossbow. That doesn't seem fair. Yeah, don't bring a crossbow to a sword fight, mate. Oh, they're not bandits. They're deserters. I wonder if I've just stumbled across a side quest without realising it.
yours.
You can pack that shit in, sunshine.
Get him.
Right. Yeah, deserters. Deserters from who, though? I don't recognise their colours. Probably deserters from Sigismund's army camp. Sigismund is apparently running out of money to pay all of his troops, which is one of the reasons why he can't afford to hang around in Bohemia for too long. And he needs to resolve his current leadership crisis quick while he can still pay his mercenaries. Anything useful? Not particularly. Oh, chest keys. Okay, so they've got a lockbox in their camp. And one of them actually had a river pearl in his pocket. Bargain. And here's their camp. It's not much of a camp, is it? Well, yeah, actually, it's not that bad. It's reasonably well sheltered from the elements. Certainly enough space for 3 of them. I'll just help myself to their wine. I'm still trying to improve my drinking skill. Still don't recognise their colours. I mean, I imagine they have to be deserters from Sigismund's army. They've got some good stuff here as well, although it's not in particularly good repair. Top tip, always repair stuff before you sell it. Unsurprisingly, merchants don't pay top dollar for broken shit. Yeah, Sigismund's actually having a bit of a problem with his mercenaries. He's run out of money to pay them, which is why he needs to resolve the current political crisis pretty damn quick. Anyway, got the pearls, got the mandrake root, time to brew the potion. Just need to find a handy, unused, public alchemy bench. Psychotropic potion, is that the correct phrase? Oh, I don't know. I know that we're using river pearls and mandrake roots, but I do need the recipe because that's not all. I don't know how long we're going to boil the various different ingredients for, in what proportion we need to add them. I don't know if we're going to boil them in water, oil, alcohol, wine, all kinds of things. I don't know beyond it contains mandrake and river pearl. And when you're dealing with a dangerous, poisonous, psychedelic substance like mandrake, it's probably best to get the proportions correct. Going to need wine, mandrake, a river pearl, 2 handfuls that you see. He didn't mention the sage. This is why you check the recipe. This thing actually looks pretty useful. I mean, not just for Voyta's psychosis, but it's got all kinds of beneficial effects. So anyway, we start with wine. Get that in the cauldron. It's off the direct heat at the moment. Let's go back to the recipe, find out what we're adding and how long we're going to boil it in the wine for. So, add in the mandrake and boil for 1 turn. We're going to need to grind the river pearl, but we'll do the mandrake first. So there it is. I mean, looking at it, you can see why they call it mandrake. We'll bring that down for 1 turn of the hourglass. And it's boiling. You remember how when you're doing blacksmithing, with the relevant skill points in blacksmithing, as long as you don't screw up the blacksmithing process and you do everything properly, it is possible to get a sort of an elite quality version of blacksmith goods. It's the same with alchemy. With the relevant alchemy skill, if I do the process with the best ingredients exactly right, I'll get the strongest possible version of the potion and more doses as well. So I need to grind up this pearl, then add it to the mixture, and I think, yeah, boil it for 1 turn. So we'll drop that in. We'll drop it down onto the boil again. And we'll let that go for 1 more turn of the hourglass. It won't take long. Almost there. That'll do it. Right, what's next? Oh yeah, the sage. So, 2 handfuls of sage, grind it, add it to the cauldron, then using the bellows, boil for 1 turn. So, 2 handfuls of sage. Where's the there it is. There's 1. And there's 2. 2 handfuls of sage in the mortar. We'll pick up the pestle, grind that, drop that in. There it is. Now we're going to bring that down to the boil, again for 1 turn, but this time we're going to use the bellows to bring it to a boil faster. Keep an eye on, there it is, the hourglass. It's difficult to work the bellows and keep an eye on the hourglass at the same time, but that's it. Finally, we need to decant it, because there's a number of different ways we can get it from the cauldron into the potion vial, and in this case we're going to be using the still. Except, don't I need... There we go. Pick up the vial first. And now use the still. Rather than just pouring it straight out, it has to be distilled. And if I've done everything right, and if I've used the proper materials, there it is, Henry's mandrake decoction, 3 of them. Best possible quality result.
If I'd had fresh herbs, it would have turned out better.
Well, actually, Henry, you've got the skill that allows you to use dried herbs and not suffer any... generally, when you're doing alchemy, fresh materials are best. But there is an alchemy skill, and Henry's got it, where you can use dried stuff, which normally wouldn't get you the best possible result, but with that relevant skill, it does. And we did. So, hopefully this potion is going to ease Voyta's suffering a little.
I brought you that mandrake decoction of yours. What'd you say?
Not giving him all 3, this is good stuff.
Well now, Henry. Last time I saw it this beautifully clear was from that herbalist. Mine always turned cloudy. And it doesn't even stink.
What can I say? I'm just that good.
How exactly does that voice of yours sound? What does it actually say?
It mostly wants me to paint, as much as possible. Sometimes it even gives me tips. But other times... Sometimes it blames me for what happened to Voyta. What I did, what I didn't do. Everything that's gone wrong from that moment until now. And actually, I feel it sounds like Voyta. As if the devil stole his voice just to torment me. But let's not speak of it anymore, please. I'd like to drink that decoction of yours and get back to work.
Well, hopefully it'll cure you.
It won't happen, I'm afraid. This brew is like the liquor you'd share with a friend you've fallen out with. It smooths things over for a while, then the hangover comes. Unfortunately, I have nothing better.
Have you ever tried dealing with that voice in some other way?
Of course I have. I went to a priest, a sorcerer, a soothsayer, and a beggar who fancied himself as some sort of wizard. But I never dared tell any of them as much as I've told you. I also ate every herb I could find, drank every concoction, inhaled powders, and had leeches applied to my legs. The last thing left on my list is to have a hole drilled in my head. Maybe then that voice would fly out.
I'm still surprised you told me so openly.
As I said, I trust you more than most. We've seen plenty of strange things together, and you never ran off or went to fetch the Inquisitor.
Well, come to think of it, there might be a decent reward in that.
But you wouldn't enjoy it for long, believe me. I'd cast some spell on you.
Right. As they say, bottoms up.
I hope I don't grow a third leg from this. Cheers.
I hope it does him some good. Doesn't seem to have killed him. Yet.
So, did that decoction work for you?
We'll have to wait and see. It takes time to take effect. In the meantime, I suppose I ought to get back to work, right? I really don't feel like it. But I've only got St. Vitus's face left, plus a few little details. Then someone needs to put it all together. My paintings are only one part of it.
And what other parts, besides your painting, does this altar have?
Aside from the shrine itself, mostly wooden figurines. Which reminds me, Plonk the carpenter, who's making all of those, should have finished long ago. I'll have to check in on him once I'm feeling a bit better.
Where are these carpenters you're working with from?
They've got a workshop right here in town. I hoped that would speed things up, but I might have been wrong. They're always behind schedule.
If you're still not feeling well, I can go and see those carpenters for you.
Oh, I'd be really grateful. Tell Master Plonk I sent you personally. He'll listen to that.
Plank the carpenter, eh? And where can I find him?
His workshop's just a short way from here. Go to the fountain, then head for the city gate. You'll see it on your left.
Well, I sincerely hope that mandrake decoction is going to be doing Voyta some good, even if it is only temporary relief. Because he's a nice guy. And given the nature of his illness, you can kind of appreciate why it's taken him so long to trust anybody enough to tell them about it, because the wrong person hears about what's wrong with him, and he could end up being burnt at the stake for being in league with the devil or demonic possession. So I can kind of understand why it's taken him this long to open up about it. And I mean, I realise he's just a computer game character, but they've done such a good job. I do genuinely feel privileged to have earned his trust. Anyway, join us in the next episode. Find out what happens next. In the meantime, hope you've enjoyed this one. And as always, take care. And I'll catch you next time.